Brady, Texas. One of the things that I love most about Texas is oh, look at that, that's pretty cool. Ornate, giant courthouses, that some of which still stand to this day, generally around Main Street in the town square. Here's another example of one. Look at how badass that thing is. And you always have, we have these up in Denton too. We have them in all over Texas. A lot of them are unchanged and remain much as they were 100 years ago, 200 years ago, some of them. It's just cool. It's neat. I've definitely never been to Brady before, but it's cool to see an old turnaround. Very cool. I mean, go back to the video where I'm, like, first videos I did on YouTube, and I was, you know, like reviewing movies and stuff after my surgery. Still watching Love and Mercy. Love it. Gonna probably... I always said I wanted to make more content like this, and seeing that courthouse, if anything, it's just good to get out and see more of this state, you know? I'm looking for a place to wipe my windshield because it's super dirty. But anyways, it's almost like, you know, it's cliche. People say, oh, you gotta get out on the road or else you don't see anything, you know, like you're missing a whole world out there. But when you happen upon a cool old town square like that, I mean, I honestly would have liked to stop and walk around, but I'm in a little bit of a rush because I don't want to be setting up camp in like pitch black. But that kind of stuff makes it all kind of worth it. Like all this, like buying gear, getting a tent, like doing all this other stuff. That experience of just happening upon that cool town square it's kind of worth the price of admission, you know? I'm Texas born and bred, so I love this state, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't do this in any state. You know, there's stuff to be found that's interesting or different, and I guess that's what it's all about, you know? It's cliche, but there's a reason why stuff's cliche. It usually means part of it's true. Currently driving, trying to find some bars so I can call Natalie, but you gotta check out the moon. It's the day after the harvest moon. I was thinking I may have to lead you to the fucking site. I met Sam at the gate because we have a little bit of a situation and we may not fit in the tent site.
Oh wow!
Need, like 2 of these. It's like 2 of them. Plus
Yes.
there's like a small phone book.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
The yellow pages. I cannot believe we fit, for real. I cannot. I'm so glad that we fit. You have no idea.
Yeah, you were.
You did have to run over a tree to do it, but...
Only slightly.
So these are the directions.
Oh, for the feral
Yeah,
rock?
you're gonna do it.
Okay.
So I gather you scrape with that, and then it has a striker right there.
Yeah.
But do you remove it? I don't know. I guess we should save the instructions.
Bro, we got a fucking truck full of newspaper. We're good.
We should be.
Hey, it's funny, like, these other people are like, fuck, I think I just fucked up all the shavings. Bro, this is harder than I thought.
You can just use the match if you want. Let's
Right?
try it. Yeah, because now you got it. So
Well,
it
it's
won't
like,
fall
I
out.
don't know how.
It says the whole length of that.
Okay.
You just put a match to it. You can just put like.
Oh, fucking shit. It happened.
No! Fuck it, I'm burning it.
Did you? Yeah, we know now. Did you? Was that filming?
Yes.
Cool. Hey,
Honestly, look at how white those coals are. It took us hours to get that.
Yeah. No, it really did. Pour the boiling water in the bag.
Yeah, it says open package, remove oxygen absorber, add 1 1/3 cups boiling water, stir carefully and close. Wait 5 minutes, stir again and reseal. And it's good until 2050. This is our boil situation. It's coming along slow. This is our steak situation. Took us a hot minute to get these coals lit. They're all white. They're like completely.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. I'm shocked. But yeah, this is. I'm really curious.
Bon appetit.
Like mac and cheese that's designed
like
to
this-
last another 30 years.
I feel like that's the least offensive freeze-dried food
Yeah.
ever, maybe.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
I have the highest hope for the mac and cheese. Oh man, that smells good. I just got a whiff of that. That steak.
Oh.
Not the White Claw. The White Claw smells meh. No, I got a whiff of that steak on that side. It smells really good, actually. Alright, I'm gonna grab me a fork. And steer it. There's like no way this shit's gonna be good. Alright. Oh my god, dude, that is definitely boiling water. That's hot as hell. Wait 5 minutes.
Okay.
Stir again and reseal.
Lame.
So 11:34.
It's late. Looks good to me.
Shit. Looks good.
Yeah.
We're like high class with that.
Right.
Like fucking steak.
It's that prime, dog. This is the primo
Fuck with
bite,
this
though.
one.
Yeah. I think.
Wow. Dude, it looks really good.
It's prime, so it's not going to be bad. Careful, you may lose that fucking chunk.
Oh my god.
Free baller.
Wow. Nobody's eating this good in this tent site. For real. Everybody else give up.
Piece. Right there. And then the last two, it's a toss-up.
We're
Alright.
macking it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm filming. This is live.
Shit.
We're macking it. Dude, look at that. It's a glob. It's like queso. Oh shit.
It's flubber, but orange.
It is flubber. I'm like really fucking worried about this.
And cut to the steak.
Yes. There's a disconnect between this and the steak. I'm not gonna explain it.
Whoa.
Just put some on
Yeah,
here.
just flop it out there, bro. Flop it.
This is meant for like a nuclear holocaust, so.
It kind of looks, what does it remind me of? Maybe like cafeteria mac and
Or
cheese?
like macaroni casserole.
Can we get some breadcrumbs, dude?
It's honestly, you're right. It's like KFC or Popeyes mac.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
think it's
taste it.
Popeyes mac.
You may want to get my face reaction.
Get it, bro.
I've never had like a MRE before, so this is a fucking first. It smells cheesy. The noodles are like a little bit harder.
Yeah. Al
Then I
dente,
thought-
bro.
They're al dente. We're like pinky in the air kind of people.
Word.
It's not bad.
Wash it down with some claw.
It's definitely cheesy.
Yeah.
It's definitely
No
al dente.
substitute for like Velveeta shells or Kraft.
It's not as bad as I thought, but it is definitely weird.
Yeah.
You wanna try it? I'll film your reaction. It's like settling too. It's look at it. It's like a brick.
Right. Should I just use my hands?
No, use the fork.
May the fork be with you. It smells like... Do you remember those like sticks and you dipped into the cheese?
Yeah.
That's
Cheese
what
dip.
it smells like.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, whoa. The noodles are hard.
They're like, they're hella al dente.
But I feel like if the noodles were
If they
more
were
cooked, it'd be
delicious.
fine.
Yeah. It's not bad.
No. It's a little chalky, but I think that's partly because of the noodles.
And it's good for another 30 years.
All positive.
It's definitely al dente. But it is edible.
It's not bad.
It's like, what is the chicken teriyaki gonna be like?
That skillet, dog.
This was the one I had the most faith in, and here we are.
I know. Well,
Damn.
it's not offensive.
No, maybe we didn't boil it enough.
We didn't.
Damn it.
Oh
Well, we tried. Got some deer way up there. Oh shit. It's throw up time.
Brah.
Son of a bitch. This is like slightly sketchier than I thought it was gonna be.
Nah.
Are we chill?
Yeah. I'll go first.
Really?
Yeah. This is no big deal. It's all flat. Even if there's a dip or a hole.
Do you go on this little ridge up here?
Yeah.
Are you four-wheel driver now?
No. It's just water.
Bro!
Here I go.
It's just water! Really going now? Alright, fuck it. Here we go, Jen. Here we go, boys. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, maybe I spoke too soon. Let's give the dude a chance. I have never, like, my last car I owned was a fucking Mustang. So I don't fuck with water crossings at all. Damn, he made it. Holy. Alright, I'll capture this shit for posterity. Alright, just yelled at Sam across the river, so let's see how this shit goes. That was a crazy feeling.
First river crossing in the taco.
Was that crazy?
It was cool.
The end was kind of deep.
Yeah, it gets a little deep at the end, and you can feel those like we saw on the other one.
Yeah.
The like
the horseshoe.
right. It's like waves.
I thought I was recording in selfie mode the whole time, but I was so nervous that I like didn't remember to record until the very end. Because I was like, ah!
You're all good, bro.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was lit. This is beautiful country. Check out this. So this is what this snorkel desert air intake is for. Normally, Toyotas and trucks, they have air intakes that are in the wheel wells. And so whenever you're doing this kind of off-roading, you soak in a lot of dust, and by the end of a trip like this, you're getting an air hose and trying to blow out all that dust, because it really affects a lot of the car's performance, and over time it can be really hard on the engine. But with the desert air intake edition, I don't have to worry about that as much, which is why I told Sam, I was like, dude, you can lead if you want, because this truck was designed to not be as affected by all this dust. So we're giving it a test drive right now because it's dusty as hell. It's gonna keep getting dusty. Hot damn, we got us another river crossing. Or do we? Holy shit. Oh yeah, we do. It's not as bad. This one's a little bit more tame. Alright, my turn. This is really fun. This is a blast. Tooling around on these back roads in our 4x4s. We haven't even had to go into 4-wheel drive, which isn't a surprise, I guess. I mean, a lot of the reviews said that this is a pretty chill overland route. Check out that hacienda, man. That thing is sick. It's a beautiful ranch house. This is probably one of the more steep grades that we've done. I'm impressed with this GoPro thing I got mounted on the roof, I gotta say. We passed some guys on motorcycles. They were like touring. This could not have been easy on a fucking motorcycle. That's for sure. Sam was very considerate of those bikers and stopped, and I just kept going, so. Let's see where he is. Alright, so we don't know where the fuck we're going. Do we just go the way that the bikers came?
I don't know.
Look at that dust devil. So I fucked up. I thought that the campsite that I reserved tonight was in Blanco, Texas, but it's actually in Bend, Texas, which isn't a big deal other than the fact that Bend, Texas is 200 miles or so, maybe 150 miles or so from Blanco. So I'm gonna get with Sam and try and figure out what the hell he wants to do. It's not really a big deal because actually you pay in cash, so we don't have any money down on the place. We just have to figure out what we want to do, but it's a little bit far north for me to want him to drive up there because he's driving back down south to Corpus tomorrow, so we'll see what he says. All right, so here's where we are. Here's where things get iffy. It's going to be easier to explain. I don't have enough footage because at this point things started falling apart. We were running on 4.5 hours of sleep. Our first campsite was near Mason, Texas. It was at the head of one of Texas's few overland routes. Because the state is mostly private land, there's a handful of overland routes, and this is one of them. So I figured we would start first night in Mason, follow the route to Fredericksburg, hop off at Fredericksburg, and then it was a short, maybe 25 or 30 miles to Blanco, which is where I believed the campsite to be for the second night. Now, I was using an app called Dirt. It's spelled D-Y-R-T. It's a campsite app. Helps you find campsites, helps you reserve and book and stuff. It's pretty helpful. However, the campsite on the map within the app showed that it was actually in Blanco, which is why I had planned for that. In reality, it was in Bend. which is, as I said, is about 90 miles north. Even when you access the campground website through the app, it takes you to the website that displays that it's clearly in Bend, Texas. We're not big planners. This is what happens as a result of that. Sometimes you just stumble upon cool stuff, but this is the other side of that coin. A lot of times you're dealing with this weird shit that pops up that you weren't planning for. Sam and I actually once drove from San Antonio to Vegas overnight, and we did it in like 18 hours. We didn't have any plans. There were no hotels booked. The only stop that we had on the whole trip was like, we got steak and eggs at Denny's. That was it. That was the only stop. Drove through the night. It was insane. So we ended up eventually driving through to the campsite in Bend, which is where we're joining the action now. It's fucking walking his bike, but holy shit. These are some hills. These are serious hills. Real quick, we kept seeing these bikers out in the middle of nowhere, miles from anything, on these gravel roads. Miles, like on the Overland route. And it was the weirdest thing. It was really perplexing because it was out in the middle of nowhere and it was on gravel roads, which is just not ideal for biking. Weirdly, days later, I saw this post on Texas Monthly about this group of cyclists that go out to the hill country, really around Fredericksburg and that little general area, that couple of square miles where we were. They call them gravel grinders, and they just go out and they ride the country roads, and basically, you know, they're driving by farmland and stuff, and it was just something that it was really strange to happen upon people out in the middle of nowhere with like no support vehicles. It was very strange. But anyways, something cool that I now know more about because we took this random trip. So back to the action. We went to the campsite that was way the hell out of the way, only to find that they don't allow alcoholic beverages in the campsite, which seems un-American to me, but that's their thing. So then we went to Colorado Bend State Park. They're all booked. They're not even letting day passes in, so we couldn't even go swim if we wanted. And then the attendant told me San Saba's about 20 miles away. They have a riverbend park that is open to the public, so we should be able to use. We're just going to San Saba to check it out. We have no idea what's going on. We're flying by the seat of our pants, obviously. So, we'll see. So I don't have footage around this time either. Alright, so look, here's another old school town square. We're in San Saba. I think we're actually going to stay at a Holiday Inn Express in Brady. I don't know. That's what it's looking like. We tried to stay at a bunch of other places. Everywhere's booked. People aren't staying in hotels or anything. They're going camping, and so all the camping sites are booked. Plus the weather's getting cooler, and so that's not helping. Like I said, the original place that we wanted to go didn't allow alcohol on premises, which is mind-boggling to me. And it's mind-boggling that it also didn't show up in the reviews that the place didn't allow alcohol. So we're basically just making shit up as we go. Found a hotel tonight that was pretty cheap. It's like 40 minutes away. We're exhausted. We probably slept like 4 hours last night. So we'll take what we can get at this point. I think I've eaten 2 Pop-Tarts today. In fact, I'm sure I've eaten 2 Pop-Tarts today. That's my diet. I had 2 Pop-Tarts. Let's call it a pack of Pop-Tarts all day. So we get to San Saba. It's tiny. There's no hotel change. There's no Airbnbs. We're in the gas station parking lot for like 45 minutes just looking up places where we could possibly stay. Other campgrounds. We can't find anything. Everything's like an hour and a half away. We happen upon a Holiday Inn Express in Brady, Texas, which also happens to be the town square that we happen upon at the beginning of the video. but it was a Holiday Inn Express. It was like $100. Airbnbs were outrageously expensive and like an hour and a half away, and we'd been driving all day. We cut our losses, stay at the Holiday Inn Express. It was a great trip. It wasn't, I mean, this is what happens when you make it as you go, you know, it's not always going to end up super clean, but we had a great time. Hope to do it again soon. And we go this way. And Sam's going that way. That was a fun trip. Presented here without comment. Oh, shit. Dude, it happened. No. Fuck it, I'm burning it.
Did you? Yeah, we know now. Was that filming?
Yes.
Cool.